Hey guys, time to chill out with Sub-Zero 7 and welcome to the finale of Mega Man X4. Last time, we stormed the spaceport to chase after the fleeing Repliforce who was trying to escape to space, but we wound up having to deal with a double agent and, in Zero's case, deal with our not girlfriend? It's never really clear if she is our girlfriend or not, but it's clear he has feelings for her. This time, we're actually going as X first. Why? Well, it's the ending, so, you know, only makes sense to get the backwater done first, I guess. Ugh. Nothing against X, it's just I think it's only fitting that he gets the chance to have his ending taken care of first. We'll still be showing Zero doing this stuff, but trust me, it's gonna be an event. Because it wouldn't be a Mega Man X game, or a Mega Man game in general, without a boss rush. It's in every Mega Man game with the exception of the first couple. Let's do this. While we're doing this though, I do have a couple things I want to bring up. I mentioned as sort of an offhand thing that the Giga Attack, or the Ultima... Why do I keep saying Ultima or Giga Attack? That's not the name of the move. Oh god, what is it? My brain has just caught fire immediately. Giga Crush. No. Let me just fucking check. Nova Strike. I'm literally getting every other move that X has had that isn't the Nova Strike. The Nova Strike is a one-use move, only sometimes. Because as it turns out, it does appear in another format. All you gotta do is just, you know, use it to find out. But what I mean by that is, there's actually cheat codes to X4, because this is back in the day when cheat codes were still a thing for video games. They're not really a thing nowadays, but sometimes they are. The big thing with it is that X and Zero both have unique cheat codes that give them different attire. For Zero, it's purely cosmetic, but for X, he gets the ultimate armor, which gives him unlimited Nova Strikes. Kind of insane, but it is a cheat code after all, so I guess that makes sense. For both of them, it's kind of a weird thing that you have to input it on the start screen when you're picking your character. I'll be sure to go over those in just a second, what those codes are. For now, let's kill Spider real fast. Let's see how much damage this does. Not much. Thanks to X having unlimited ammo, though, we can just spam his weapons freely, which is pretty funny. Because Spider really does not stand a chance like this. Nice. Now, after every fight, the energy and weapon energy here will always refresh. So if you ever need a quick pick-me-up, it will always be there for you, which is quite nice. Let's continue the chain. Now, in terms of the ultimate armor for X specifically, at least for the Switch version, because that's what the version of Legacy Collection I have, you have to press BB, left, 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 hold L and ZR, and then press start. You gotta wait until the actual game starts in order for it to indicate that it has happened. X will appear in a slightly cyan shade, which he doesn't normally look like. Which may seem kind of odd, but you won't really see the effects kick in until you get your first armor upgrade. Then you'll get the Giga Armor, or Ultimate Armor for yourself. For now, though, I'm gonna blitz through these. I'll be showcasing these more as Zero because I think they're more interesting. And I will see you guys at the end of this boss rage. Boss rush. Apparently I've been watching too much Maximilian, dude. One cool thing I never mentioned, Soul Body's special move actually allows you to summon a different X, which is kind of insane. Like, regular X will just be there as a statue, essentially, while the other X takes care of business. And you're immune to damage when you do this, so that's pretty funny. Alright, that's the boss rush done. Boss rush, as I mentioned, it's really not an issue for X since all of his special weapons are extremely effective against our opponents. The one exception, ironically, being Frost Walrus, has got to get so dang close. But you can just buster him to death. But regardless, let's get forward. I really need to work on my grammar and my English today, because goddamn, get forward. I suppose it's fitting for this game, given how quality the voice acting has been. But, time for things to get serious. This is amusing. It really is, X. You're Sigma! Heh. My plan to keep Repliforce and the Maverick Hunters at each other's throats worked perfectly. Double did a good job as a spy. Why, you... Heh. Repliforce saw the fools this time. Now all that's left to do is destroy Earth with the very weapon they made. No! I'll never let you do that. Try hard, X. Your life depends on it. Wait, what? Why was there a load screen there? What? I forgot there was even a load screen there. You can tell I don't really play this game as X because he's just kind of not as fun to play as in this game as Zero, but man, they really emphasize that with just how nothing this story is of just, oh, X, Sigma did a bad, go stop him. It's the same as the last 3 games for him. But it's finally time to meet our friend. You know him, you love him.
To become space dust.
You can't live without him. Sigma, or Phantom Sigma as he's known. Rocking a sick Grim Reaper cosplay today. Apparently Castlevania Symphony of the Night was all the rage, as we know. Phantom Sigma here has a few attacks. That Scythe Swing is unavoidable because he will not be staggered by it. By Rising Fire, which is his weakness. Otherwise, most of his other attacks he will be staggered by, so be careful when he's not outside the screen. You can dash under it if you're really persistent, but it's kind of tight, so be careful. He kind of just stays in the center of the fight, or the center of the arena for the first part of the fight, so you don't got to worry too much about it. Oh wait, no, you can't do that. Never mind. Luckily, one hit stops him. And thus we see his second form. You are very good, X, but not for long. You won't be able to evade this attack. Phantom Sigma Phase 2 is pretty dangerous, regardless of using his signature move against him. His weakness is Thunder Web. It's a potent attack, but that does not mean this is a free fight. He can shoot lasers, he can throw his scythe into the ground. This is a dangerous form. Kind of reminds me a bit of, what's it called? Actually, I totally forgot. Oh god, I totally forgot which one it was. Phantom Knight from Shovel Knight? No, it's not Phantom. Spectre Knight, that's what it was. Very much with the scythe spinning. Let's heal up a little bit because we're gonna need it. Don't worry too much about health if you can manage to just survive this phase. This fight is kind of tough, but if you can beat it, that's the important part. Okay, he threw it into the ground, but we got him. Just barely by the skin of our teeth. Take that, Sigma. But we're not done. Fall down. Get yourself a health pickup, because the game is a little bit generous. And meet his new form. Ha 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 ha! Feel my incredible power. Drown in the empty vastness of space.
Tremble with terror. You are finished.
Sigma's final form is only weak to the X-Buster as X, so be careful. This is Gunner Sigma. He's got 3 different heads that form, and this is Earth Sigma. There's actually 2 versions of this, so be careful. You gotta destroy both Earth Sigma and Gunner Sigma in order to win this fight, so be careful. He's got a lot of attacks, and all these forms do a ton of damage. The Sigma heads here, they're the least threatening part, so don't worry about them. I would actually recommend this be taken care of first, because Gunner Sigma is probably the easiest one to deal with. Yeah, you don't really have any outs for this fight as X. You just gotta do this the old-fashioned way. But that's not to say this fight is gonna be that hard. This fight can be challenging, but it's not impossible. Ow. However, if you die, you have to start all the phases over again. Be careful doing this fight. I'll see you guys back at the 3rd form. Alright, that's a much better form. We got much more health going into this final part. First 2 forms of Phantom Sigma here are actually not that bad. I consider them to be relatively easy to take down. The second one, maybe not as much, but the first form is pretty much a gimme. But Gunner Sigma and Earth Sigma can actually be pretty dang challenging.
Prepare to become space dust.
I can only imagine that it's just wrecking Sigma's throat, though, saying that so much. But yeah, these Sigma heads here, you can destroy them with the Buster if you want, but they'll just reform afterwards, so don't focus on them. Okay, that... Is it where you're supposed to hit the head? I could have sworn that was where you're supposed to hit Gunner Sigma, or Earth Sigma. Okay, here we go. Yeah, really the hard part here is just kind of finding the time to deal with all these forms. Because he juggles around between all 3 phases, which can be quite challenging to work with. Okay, aim for the mouth for Earth Sigma here. Which, ironically, this thing has another name, and it's kind of more fitting, I think. It's just referred to as Slime Body in Japan, which I think is just perfect. It's on point. Okay, let's see about doing some good damage to Gunner Sigma's head. The head being the only weak point does complicate this a little bit, but you can easily get a lot of damage here. Missed that one. Okay, electric. Of the 3 Sigma heads, I think electric and fire are the more dangerous ones. Ice you can take out relatively easily. But be careful if you wind up with Earth Sigma, because he has an attack where these Sigma heads will appear as blocks on the ground, and they have spikes on them, so they can kill you instantly if you're not careful. This is fight all about just being prepared for what's to come, because there's all kinds of stuff that can occur. Okay, looks like Gunner Sigma's down to half. Nice. Making good progress against him. Destroyed Fire Sigma. He'll just be back. I don't really know why we need 3 different things going on at once. Oh, God. This is the thing that I was worried about. The spikes are not instant kill, thankfully, but they hurt a lot. And these rocks that he spews are RNG, so be careful. Like, Earth Sigma I consider to be the more dangerous of the 2 compared to Gunner Sigma. So be careful for that phase. It can actually just really mess with you if you're not careful. Oh, God, low on health. Well, we are close to the end for Gunner Sigma at least, so we're getting substantial progress. Oh no, not again. Oh God, we're not gonna survive this, there's no way. Yep, ah, shoot. One thing that does kind of work out though for this, in the event that you are struggling, the health that is given to you right here, pretty good for filling up your energy tanks, so long as you keep throwing yourself at this boss, you will eventually have full sub-tanks, so long as you preserve that energy. I'll see you when we make some progress. So, I actually think I lied to you earlier. There actually are weaknesses for both Earth and Gunner Sigma. Let's see if I can remember them real fast. Yep, Ground Hunter. That is your best bet for fighting this guy. Unfortunately, the RNG of dealing with that thing, kind of a pain in the neck. So be careful. As for Gunner Sigma, he's weak to Soul Body. I don't know why, he just is. Doesn't really strike me as a form that would be weak to it, but you know what, whatever. It seemed to do decently. Okay, Earth Sigma's head is almost down. That's actually very good progress. How much damage can we do on Gunner Sigma? Well, if he does this, decent. Okay, half health for Gunner, that's good. Just give me something I can work with, please, Earth Sigma. Nope. Oh, God. I forgot that bite actually can grapple you. But that's Earth Sigma down. One of the 2 is dead. Now we just gotta deal with Gunner. This is probably the easier of the 2, which means I'm gonna die to it because I'm an idiot. But no. Just so long as you're careful and you're moving yourself in the right way, you should be fine. Like the Gunner Sigma's individual heads, these are not too bad. Except for Electric, that one's kind of dangerous, but regular Gunner Sigma, really not that bad of a boss. Oh my God, don't do this to me now. Okay, do the long attack, please. Nope, he knows his time is almost up. He's stalling. He's stalling as long as he possibly can. Yeah, he's doing it. God damn it. Come on, Sigma, work with me. Let's use that energy tank for safety. We could go for the Nova Strike if I really need to. I don't really think it's going to be a necessary thing, but we could. But if he keeps doing that, I'm going to do it because I'm sick of this. Like, hurry the hell up, Sigma. There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay. One more good hit should do it. We actually destroyed his head there. Nice. Got him! Nova Strike to finish the job. Heh. What's so funny? This weapon is aimed straight at Earth already. Now what? No one can stop it now. Damn! Ha 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 ha! Ah ha ha ha! Goodbye, X. Well, that's a problem. Let's get out of here. We need to leave now. General? The weapon can be stopped with my body. But then you'll... Many of my men have died. As their leader, I must leave with them. X, please forgive our foolishness. General! And he just drops. What?
This is Maverick Hunter headquarters.
Zero.
It's good to see you're safe, X. I was really worried about you.
Sorry about that.
Don't worry. It's all over. Go home and rest. You've earned it.
But Zero, what if I become one of the Mavericks?
Don't ask such a silly question. I'm breaking contact now.
Wait, Zero! I'm serious!
Zero's the smart one. Just shut up, X.
Zero, if I become a Maverick, you have to take care of me.
Also, funny thing to note,
Now hurry on back.
X's voice actress in this game is Ruth Shiraishi, I believe her name is. Same voice actress that did him in that did Mega Man Classic for Mega Man 8. And she did not realize, according to reports, that she was supposed to be doing two different characters because she was doing them at the same time. So that's why X sounds like a 5-year-old girl. Oops. Well, that's the staff credits. We're not gonna actually focus on these because we gotta see how Zero handles things. I'll see you guys over there. Alright, bud, let's do this. As you can probably imagine, the boss rush for Zero is significantly worse, because he has to deal with a lot more shit compared to X, since he doesn't have anything to stagger enemies. In fact, I'm actually gonna restart the game real fast. Be right back. I think it's only fitting that he gets some health for this. He's gonna need it. Alright, as I was saying. Sorry, I took the liberty of filling up for energy because Zero really is gonna need it for this because, man, he has to work a lot harder than X does. I gotta say, X's ending is so nothing, just, oh, I escaped. Oh, I might be Maverick one day. No, you won't, X. Given all the shit that you go through across this series, not a chance in hell. But for now, we got bigger fish to fry. It's time to focus on the important things, like Web Spider. Now, I mentioned when we were going through this with X for a bit that X's ultimate armor you can unlock with a cheat code. You can do the same thing for Black Zero, which is purely cosmetic for a Zero, but it's still a neat touch. For Zero's case, I believe the code is something like this. Hold R and press right, and then hold B and start. If you do it all the way through the opening intro stuff, I believe that will get you the Black Armor Zero. Which again, purely cosmetic, it does nothing in this game. In later games, I believe it does actually do a lot more, which is nice, but kind of a neat idea. I kind of like the look of Black Zero, and a lot of people say it's a supposed shout out to Base, because, you know, reasons. Given that it's pretty obvious they're both made by Wily, so I guess it would make sense. Also, with our newly powered up C-Saber, we can actually easily destroy Web Spider's children in one slash rather than having to do multiple, which we had to do before, and Spider goes down without a problem. Nice. I will note, since while we're doing this, because I am probably going to skip through most of this again as usual, because you don't need to see the boss rush. You've seen all these bosses. The big thing that's interesting to note about these guys, there's a couple things that are different, such as Slash Beast just kind of appears out of nowhere instead of running up to you from the train platforms, because, you know, we're not on a train in this area. But mostly, the Mavericks here, it's really not that big of a difference for anyone else, and I feel like there's a lot more they could have done compared to others, but nah. Just kind of there. I suppose it doesn't help that Zero has nothing in the way of stagger material for every boss, so you really gotta work for that. Like, some of the bosses aren't bad for that, it's fine, but others it's like, you really wish you had that. I mean, it helps that we deal so much damage now, but still. That is still a problem. I didn't fill all the way up with my energy tanks, but I did fill mostly, so that's gonna help us. Oh my god, stop doing the peacock attack. Like, that's the much more preferable attack. Otherwise, yeah, rematches are the same as they always are. Nothing bigger or unique about them. I kind of hope that one day, the Mega Man boss order, or like the boss weakness, boss rush stuff, would be changed up so like they learn from your attacks from last time, because I think that'd actually be a really interesting spin on the idea. Because they never seem to learn, they just do the same tactics over again and hope that that works this time. But with Peacock here, it's just a pain in the ass. I got lives to burn, thankfully, but it's gonna be a while. I'll see you guys at the end. Alright, we're on to the last of the 8 Mavericks. Now, one thing about Dragoon that's different, you don't have a choice in the matter about bringing ride armors. You gotta do this solo. Which might sound dangerous, and it kinda is. But there's something I forgot to realize about this game. If I remember correctly, Dragoon has 2 weaknesses. Which I believe, yeah, there we go. He's weak to Waijin Geki, and if I remember correctly, he's also weak to Shippuuga, which surprises me. Okay. Nope, damn it. Just double check my notes. Turns out, no. Shippuuga does not do anything pretty useful against any boss. It's just against Dragoon. Raijin Geki is the way to go for that. But it's not to say Shippuuga is completely worthless. It's good against the form of Sigma that we're about to see. Otherwise, though, let's go take care of Sigma. Once and for all, for the final time, for the 4th time. We still got 4 more games to go after this. Oh god. That's something I haven't really brought up, is X's 5 through 7 are debatable in terms of quality. I don't intend to do 6 and 7 anytime soon, but if we, for some reason, were to hit some pretty big subscriber milestones, I might consider. Currently, not a chance, though. Good work, Zero. You're Sigma. So it was you. Yes, simply brilliant. You even defeated Colonel and Iris. You made me do it. No, you wanted to destroy them. Allow me to remind you that I was once the leader of the Maverick Hunters.
What's our current situation?
Commander!
Where's that red Maverick that wiped out Garma's unit?
Inside. He's inside that door.
You may leave now. I'll take care of this personally.
By yourself, Commander?
I don't want any more of my people being sacrificed.
Look, it's Commander Sigma. Incredible. Now I'm certain there's no one who's a match for the commander. What?
Take that Red Maverick to the repair center and call Dr. Kane. I wish to have that Maverick studied.
Commander, are you okay?
Silence!
Well, that explains a lot. Zero! You were a Maverick? So, this is a mistranslation. There's not supposed to be a question mark there. But, I guess since we're going with it, you were a Maverick? I just had a brain fart. Sorry about that. What's your point? Are you that surprised? Ah, Zero, you are most impressive. Sigma, I will defeat you. So, yep. Zero, if it wasn't obvious enough, even though I'm pretty sure I already said at some point, it was formerly a Maverick, and he was made by Dr. Wily. Ironically, Zero was originally intended to be X, before they realized the design was too radical and decided to scrap that to make X himself. Same fight as before, though. This fight is really not that different for Zero, at least for the first part, because Ryujin does the exact same thing he needed to do as Rising Flame. The catch, however, is that the second and third phases are much different. Because Zero does not have a stagger weapon to use against Sigma in the same way. Like, Electric Web was definitely the weapon for X to use. Zero does not have something like that. He has Shippuuga. Or excuse me, not Shippuuga. Kuenbu. So you just gotta spin attack and hope to God you can kill Sigma in time. I gotta say, though, I kind of like the motif of Phantom Sigma. I like the whole Reaper aspect. It's a cool idea. There we go. I've been waiting for you, Zero. It's time for us to settle this. And yeah, Sigma probably has quite a score to settle, given that we're the ones that, in a sense, corrupted him. The whole idea is that he was originally a member of the Maverick Hunters as one of the leaders, but Zero, for whatever reason, when he was evil, had a virus, and that virus was transplanted to Sigma, but when he punched Zero so hard that he cracked his forehead, he essentially cured Zero. That's what broke Sigma, ultimately. Now these boomerangs, always gotta watch out for these things. These things are super dangerous. They don't seem like they would be, but they're really annoying at projectiles to deal with. Okay, let's see if we can't just... Come on. There we go. Nice. Both phases down, onto Gunner and Earth. Now remember, Shippuuga for Earth Sigma, and really it's just your spin attack for Gunner Sigma. Try your best. I think Ryujin works on Gunner Sigma well. I'm not 100% on that, though. Well, that's unfortunate. You might be wondering, why is my health lower? And why were we at 3 lives per second there? Well, I got called away for something, and in my rush to do so, muted my mic. When I came back, I continued with the mic muted. So I decided to kill myself and just do the first 2 phases over again. We've also used up one of the sub-tanks, but I think we'll be fine, actually. And you'll see why in a second. Ha ha ha! You're finished, Zero. Iris is waiting for you.
Are you ready for your final journey?
No, but I'm ready for you to die, finally. The Sigma heads here, they're really not that big of an issue for Zero because of all of his movement options. The big issue, as usual, is Sigma Earth. But if you're careful, you can do some good damage to him. I kind of missed what I was going for. Unfortunately, Earth Sigma's weakness is Shippuuga, the dash attack, so you really got to be careful with your timing on that to do good damage. Gunner Sigma, on the other hand, he is weak to Ryujin, which is a bit annoying to aim, but if you can aim it right, you can absolutely shred most of his health in just a couple phases. But be careful, you don't want to run too close to the arms, otherwise you will hurt yourself. You want to aim for right there for the sweet spot. Okay, that works. And here's Earth Sigma again. What are we doing? Okay, we're doing this shit again, damn it. Yeah, for the most part, the make or breaker is going to be whether or not you get him spitting up rocks, or if he just decides to play nice and just use the blow attack. There's probably a better way to phrase that, but that's what it is. Damn it. Uh-oh. Okay, that's fine. Nothing we can't handle. Easy enough. Earth Sigma, are we doing this again? I thought so. Okay, I'm low on health. Oh god. Nope! Ah, shit! Tried to double jump, but the game did not give it to me. I'll see you guys in a second. Fun thing about Sigma Phase 2 for Phantom Sigma, actually. It's really easy to cheese that Phase 0 because, you know, spin attack. So long as you get that sight in the wall instead of in the floor, this is one of the easier parts of the fight. Because all you gotta do is make sure you land on the wall when you're doing your spin attack so you don't fall on Sigma. Otherwise, you're free to go to town on this guy. Just like that. No damage. That's gonna help a lot. Alright. Let's continue. I'm not gonna say a line against Sigma. I'm really not.
Are you ready for your final journey?
As much as I can be. Especially since this ain't my final journey. We got at least 8 more games for that to happen. There we go. That's a little bit of damage on Earth Sigma. Not much, but a little. I'll take what I can get right now. Now let's see if we can knock Gunner Sigma out of the equation entirely. That'd be quite nice if we could do that. If we can get him stunned like this, I'll be happy. Because he always aims where you last were in terms of positioning, so you can really abuse that to your advantage, and just look at that. Most of his health is already gone. Like, with 0, Gunner Sigma goes down no problem. Ironically, X handles Earth Sigma much more efficiently than we do. We're just gonna hang out over here just to try and avoid all the rocks. There we go. And let's knock Gunner Sigma out of the equation. 2 more hits. No, only 1. Nice. Okay, that's Gunner down. Time for Earth. Might as well use a 3-hit combo if you don't want to risk Shippouga. Since that attack is a dash forward, you might risk putting yourself in range to touch him, which does a lot of damage, so be careful. Okay. I also recommend standing roughly where the blue head will appear from the ground, because if that's the case, you can usually get behind it for safety. And it's a lot easier to deal with Earth Sigma if he does that, or does the suction, the wind attack. Oh god, no. Don't appreciate this, I really don't. Unfortunately, the Sigma heads do not drop health or anything. That would be quite useful if they did, but they do not, sadly. Damn it. Yeah, this really just comes down to a waiting game. We need Earth Sigma to expose himself. Probably could have worded that better, but that's aside the point. Oh my god, please. Just give me something to work with, please. Oh god, spikes. Now you can destroy the debris, but it's god damn it. It's dangerous. Doesn't help that it's really hard to just find a sweet spot for safety when he's doing that attack at 0.
Space dust.
Alright, once more with feeling. Let's do this. I almost forgot there is actually an alternate weakness that Earth Sigma's weak to. We're gonna try that in a second. There it is. Now, yes, you can in fact use Hyoretsu-zan, or whatever the heck the name is, for the ice attack, and it is the most damaging attack on Earth Sigma. It's just extremely risky because you're just dropping onto him. I don't really recommend you do that unless you're willing to take that risk. It's a pretty costly strategy, so make sure you got your sub-tanks ready if you're gonna try that. For now, let's just do what we can. Let's eradicate Gunner Sigma first, of course, because why not? This fight just kind of goes by pretty easily, thankfully. Unless he does the one and done, but thankfully he seems to be playing nice for now. There's a lot of health down. Okay, that's good. Okay. Okay, that did decent damage, so not the worst thing in the world. Like, so long as we're careful and we preserve our sub-tank for when we really need it, we should be fine. But I've been hit or miss with that sub-tank for this one. Only because I keep needing it at the worst possible situation. But that's Gunner down. Okay, give me the good shit. Thank you. That was the wrong move. I meant to do jump and do it. Oh well. I mean, if he gives it to me again, I'll be happy. I kind of doubt it, but he might. Oh, he did. Nice. Missed it. Fuck. I really gotta work on my jumping with this. Like, this is the one of the only Sigma bosses that I kind of struggle with. Only because, I don't know why, Earth Sigma just always seemed to be a... Oh god, be careful. Okay, we're almost dead, so we're gonna just do this right now for safety. There we go. That's a lot of damage on him. I think we're gonna try and just focus on the 3-hit combo for safety now, because I don't want to risk this. There we go. That's better. It's much safer. It's a lot slower, but I'll take it. Alright, what do we got? I do gotta admit as well, I really like the final battle theme for Sigma. It's a good send-off for X4. It's a good theme. Another fire round? Okay. I've really seen Electric this go around much. If at all, actually. I don't think he's popped up. Wow. You're being oddly generous. Okay, one more to go. If we can just land this last attack, we should be good. Come on, just give it to me. You know you want to. Oh, God. And that's that! Whew. What's so funny? This weapon is aimed at Earth. No one can stop it. No! Ah ha ha ha! Ah ha ha ha! Goodbye, Zero! We need to go. Now. But of course, same as how X handled things, we got a friend to help us out with this. General! Zero, I was wrong. Sigma, he blinded me to the truth. It's okay. Rest. With my body, I can stop the weapon. But then you'll... It's over for this soldier. Farewell. General!
So, this is what happened to me. This is my fate. I couldn't save anyone after all. Iris!
Please stop
turn out to be Mavericks after all.
What kind of end line is that, Zero? That was a pretty shit way to put it, but that's it. That is everything in Mega Man X4. I really enjoy this game. Like, quality voice acting aside, as we know, it's clearly top-notch, thanks to Bamboo. I know the voice acting's wooden, but that's a bit ridiculous. Planned by a one-hit KO, oh god. But yeah, that is Mega Man X4, and in my opinion, it's one of the best X games in the series. Sure, the story's kind of stupid. I kind of wish we had the better justification that the Japanese version had of, oh, he literally cannot surrender, he's programmed to not be able to. Because otherwise it just comes off as just a massive dick measuring contest and pride being all before the fall. But otherwise, I think the game is awesome. Like, the game looks fantastic, the music's good. Zero and X, as much as I think X's story is a complete nonsense for this game because he barely even contributes anything, it's really fun using both of them, and I think it's impressive that the stages work so well with both playstyles. Yeah, Zero really has to work his ass off at times for certain things, but I think it's really well done for the most part. Like, this is a fun adventure regardless, even if you're a first-time player, and if you really want to test yourself, Zero's right there to make things more interesting for you. Do I recommend this game to everyone? I don't know about that. It's certainly got some weird aspects to it. I do think the story is not great, so if you're looking for story, you're not going to get it here, but if you're asking for a great story in a Mega Man game, you shouldn't be looking at the X series to begin with. I heard the Legends or the Zero series are pretty good at that, and I agree with the Zero series. I don't know about Legends, never played it myself. Transarts? Oh wow. Trans rights in the 90s? Who'd have thought? No, but seriously. This was a fun time. I enjoy the weapons. I enjoy all the cool abilities that Zero gets across the game, and I'm glad that he finally got a promotion to fully playable and not stuck as Coffee Boy, essentially, for X3, where he only gets to show up sometimes, and not even for bosses. Like, this is just a full-on... Everything about this is such a great step up compared to X3, and I'm so glad that it turned out this way. It's kind of a shame, though, that this game, for as much work they put into it, it did not perform nearly as well as they were hoping, so they really had to cut back on things for X5. There's a lot more 3D models and such instead of hand-drawn sprites for X5 and onwards. Kind of a shame, but what can you do? It happens. Isn't that right, SNK? But with Yoshiki Okamoto as the executive producer, that ends our adventure. Thank you for playing. And thank you guys for joining me on this complete nonsense ride, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. Though I suppose you might be wondering, what's next to come after this? Because this was a pretty dang short project. Are we doing another short game after this? No. What we have coming, I hope is going to be something that a lot of people are going to like. Because it'll be taking a new spin on an old classic. What does that mean? You'll find out when we get there. Thanks for watching, and until next time, Ice out.